Halloween. Hey, it worked.
Allegedly.
I just think one day she's going to trick me up and go, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh, man. See? That would be pretty weird. So,
One of these days.
so what's been going on?
You know, a whole lot of nothing. Craziness, as usual. Too many dogs, too many fish, too many family members. And yourself?
Too few fish, too many. No, I mean, let's see. I'm having chicken gate again.
Chicken gate.
Yeah, the chicken came over.
Are you being nice to them?
I filmed the chicken right after it destroyed this whole garden area, and then I sent the then I put together all the pictures, and then I wrote out all this different stuff, and I put it on their door, and I said, listen, you guys gotta, and then I got a hold of the same city person, and he's gonna come out there again. He goes, oh yeah, man, you can't have people do that. So he's gonna come out, and then he's going to maybe fine him or give him one last warning. And because it's crazy, they even came back under my carport and they looked to see, and then they crumbled up the paper and threw it. And then the other one came back. I have it on camera. And then the other person came over and got the piece of paper.
We're soon going to be solving Gray's disappearance.
They're just so irresponsible, these people. They have 6 chickens. They didn't clip their wings. They're jumping up on the fences. They leave the fence open. They just walk out on the street, get into your yard, and just rip it apart. Because we actually water our lawn. Theirs is like a hard concrete. They don't ever even put a drop of water on there. So they come over to ours and just go into the flower beds and almost ripped out an entire tree. I mean, dug it.
I didn't even know chickens were like that. They
I didn't
sound
either.
like rabid cats. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, I never even knew that they flew, to be honest with you. But when you go out there, you know what that porch?
Not really flying. It's like going up and then kind of hovering, or I don't know.
Sort of, but like the other night, when I did that. Remember, I did the live stream when I was sitting outside. They're up in a tree sleeping, over to the right. Like, how is that? Who even knew that was a thing? I mean, right?
God. I have a very elderly pit bull, right? Very old dog, very sweet. Her back legs are really injured. They always have been.
Mm-hmm.
So we always bring her out front with us. And today she's sitting out front, and I kind of glance, and she is charging across the street. I mean, she's completely gray now. It's really sad, but she's running like a puppy across the street to see the neighbor's dogs. But I get, he didn't expect it. So his dogs are like, "Rah, rah," and she's just in her glory. Running over there, and I'm like, the things you never thought you'd see again. She's
I see.
13 and a half, and she like bolted across the street. I'm thinking, is this like her last hurrah? Like, what is she doing?
The cougar.
And her little back legs were working. She was getting it. I was like, wow, there you go, sis.
Nice.
Hopefully I'll see that one more time, but
yeah. So what's there is an update regarding Colby,
absolutely,
the daughter of I think that was from her. Was that her second husband?
Second husband, yeah.
And he's the son of the second husband, and
William.
No, go ahead. He got arrested for some sort of sexual.
Got arrested for sexual assault. Allegedly, I've heard different stories now, but my understanding is on his wife, who he was estranged from. So we know it's a domestic incident, which is just.
And it's not a long-term estrangement though, because the thing is it was there's even videos on YouTube from June that they're in together. So I don't know what happened here.
I guess they were apart for about a month, and they were sitting on the couch together, and he's wanting to do something, and she's saying no, we shouldn't do that. And I'm thinking, at first I was thinking it was somebody maybe he was dating or seeing on the side, because of the conversation was very weird. Didn't really make sense to me that a husband and wife would talk that way to each other, but it's a strange family we're dealing with here. Did it make you think about the allegations about him possibly being molested when he was young?
Yeah, I mean, it crosses my mind. I don't know. I think a lot of people use that as excuses. I mean, everybody knows what's right and wrong, right?
Sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
So it's like, oh yeah, well I was assaulted younger, so I'm going to do the same. Come on. You know it's not right, and you know it's not even
Oh,
right when you're
yeah.
doing it. So
I mean, of course, it's
I think it's more of a
totally wrong,
genetic
but
predisposition. To be honest with you, look how nutty the entire family is almost.
they're absolutely nuts.
Yeah. So who knows? But that is something that just came about, which is weird. It's weird. Has nothing to do with anything, though. I mean, it's nothing to do
No,
with Lori and Chad or anything like that.
no, it really doesn't have anything, but it is, he's one of the kids, so I
Yeah,
guess.
and he was a pretty. You saw him around quite a bit early on in it. Like he's always out giving interviews and talking about various things, going to the court appearances, and
He was the one who initially put out that video to Lori. Remember the video that he ended up putting out on his YouTube page?
yeah,
Just, Mom, what are you doing? Or
yeah,
it was a pretty rough video to watch. It was sad.
yeah.
But yeah, so I guess we'll wait and see what happens to him.
Yeah, I guess we'll see what the details turn out to be in this one. Might be something more than we were thinking, or it could be less too. It could be something where, something happened and then she got angry at him over. I mean, who knows? I mean, obviously, it looks like he tried to do something, have sex with her, or maybe even did when she
For
didn't
sure.
want to. So you can't do that regardless. But I don't know what. Nobody was actually there, so you got to wait and see how it develops. But it sounds like that's what happened, or why would she report that? I guess.
Of course, yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, the Netflix from his point of view is coming out soon.
His?
What was it called? Yeah, it's really based on that. It's like a mother's love or a mother's something
Well, that's
coming
pretty
out
good.
on Netflix.
Huh. That's kind of bad timing then.
Yeah.
Wonder how they're gonna. Maybe they'll cancel that. That
Spin
sounds
that
like a
one.
cancel culture type of situation there, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's like Netflix. What's the name of it? Daybell. Let me just find out whatever. Sins of Our Mother. That's what it's called. And then there you go. Lori Vallow's son arrested days before the release of the Netflix docuseries.
It actually might be. Wow, wouldn't that be weird if that was well, I mean, if you want to be a conspiratorial thing, they do that. Even though, well, why would you make yourself look that shitty though? I mean, it's like,
that bad.
but it's so
Like,
weird because it does. All of a sudden, it's like, who's Colby? Oh, Colby! Oh, wow! And then all of a sudden, the documentary comes out.
yeah, I mean,
Right?
it's 2 counts of sexual assault and 1 count of domestic violence. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I mean, it definitely
Colby
is.
allegedly.
More people will
are
watch
the
it,
victim.
right? More people are going to
Yeah.
watch it now.
Well, here's the thing. It says in Idaho, a person can be charged under the domestic violence statute if the people who were involved were married or formerly married or lived in the same household. Colby allegedly AR'd the victim who he knew. So is it not his wife? At her home after she said she did not want to have any sexual contact with him.
Yeah. Well, people are saying it's the wife, but
That's
I
what I
guess
thought.
Yeah.
The way they're wording it, though, is like,
that's exactly the wording I read, and I was like, well, is that a girlfriend or
weird.
some person she was seeing? And maybe he is estranged from his wife, but that was the other person, maybe,
right. I don't know. How strange is that? That's a very strange way to put it, but there it is.
All right. Well, today we're going to be going over the Alex Cox Chandler Police Department interview where he goes in there after he just got done killing Charles. And then, obviously it was intentional, but we're going to, if you guys want, be real sleuthy or whatever, you can take notes and write down the specific order of events as he tries to describe them. This was a 2-hour and some odd minute interview that it's now down to like 36 or 7 minutes because I even got rid of some more.
Ray did a great job editing this because there's a lot of,
Sitting around.
just sitting and. Can you hear my dogs barking?
No? I think you got that thing set up where it cancels it out.
I do have it set up, but I didn't know if that was going to work, and it did.
Amazing.
Technology, Gray. Technology.
All right. Let's see how we're doing here. Okay, hey, we're in the right spots. Excellent.
There it is.
So here we go with this. But so we're only going to do this Alex on this show today, and then we'll probably, what do you think? Maybe Tylee next, and then have
Tylee, then Lori.
Yeah, and there's a lot of silence during Tylee as well. It's just kind of.
Oh yeah, ton.
So I'll just play the part where somebody's actually talking. You know, I mean, it is sort of interesting just watching somebody and what their behavior is for 30 minutes. You know, but there's no handstands.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
You know.
It is. I mean, I watch so many interrogations now that forget it. People do the weirdest stuff when they're alone in interrogation rooms. They sleep, they work out, they do yoga. It's so strange.
Handstands.
Yeah, handstands. They do handstands. Was that Arias?
Yeah.
Jodi Arias who did that? Oh my God, she was so crazy.
Not too far away from here, I bet, because it was in Arizona.
Yeah. She was just so strange. What a
Yeah.
Anyway.
She would sing, handstands. She did all kinds of stuff. She did things where to make sure, like, she ducked her head down to make her have blood in her cheeks so she looked prettier for the detective. I mean, it was cool.
Yeah, she was out of her mind, that one. Sing hymnals. Yeah, they do all the things when they're alone in there. I just watched one, so off track, sorry, but I did just watch one. I'd have to go back in my history, but the detective, God, he was good, because the guy is like, are there cameras in here? And he's like, no, it's just me and you, buddy. It's me and you. It's only me and you. But the phone keeps ringing because they have his co-defendant in the other room. And he like rips the phone out of the wall. And he's like, see, it's me and you. And he was like, okay. He's like, so I'll tell you what happened. And he's like, all right, I'll be right back. So he leaves. The kid's like looking around and he comes back in. I'm telling you, there's no cameras. He's like, swear to God. He was like, hand to God, friend.
Why do you think he left? Why do you think he left? I think he left to verify if that's legal to say that. I bet you anything, because he was ready to say something, right?
Yeah, he was ready to tell it.
And then he left and he says,
but finally he did tell it. Thank God.
But he probably left to ask, hey, can I technically tell him that? Then he comes back in. I swear to God, yeah, we're alone. Then got right back into it. Yeah, because there's no reason.
This is not being recorded. Nothing. And the camera's like right up, pointing down at you, kid. And you know, police are allowed to lie, so it's whatever. But the guy really believed him too. Like, yeah, no.
So what's interesting about this one is there's a camera right behind. I never even saw that one. That's one that
different view.
Law and Crime. They got one of the other videos, but it's behind his head there. Mm-hmm. So you can actually see this place where there's a little bit of blood coming out. But what I noticed is there's no knot there. I mean, if you got hit in the head with a bat, there'd be this big thing.
Huge knot.
Yeah, it's just kind of like this little cut, so it makes you wonder.
Yeah, it's strange. The cut is like that, with a little bit of blood coming down. That's it. I mean, you know, Charles used to play baseball too, and he wasn't this little weak, tiny guy. If he hits you in the back of the head with a baseball bat, I'm guessing that's going to leave a mark, a bump. But there was nothing there at all. Nothing.
Can't see it. So on all the links to all the interrogations are going to be in each one of these videos, and you can watch the full one if you feel like it, both of them, because there's two different angles, but they're in the description. All right. Mm-hmm. So I think one of them was Fox10 Phoenix, and the other one is Law and Crime. So here we go. I thought I got rid of. Let's see, this one?
Yeah, I think it's
Oh, yeah, he's talking. I think he gets brought in.
Every time I'm here, something changes in this place.
There he is.
Do you need to use the restroom or anything?
I'm good right now.
Do you? Okay. I'll have you put your sunglasses here. Just something fixed, huh? In fact, I'll have you sit over here.
Sure.
Let me see your hair again real quick.
Yeah.
I'll get some photos of that.
There he is. Crazy view there, right? What's this thing right here, though?
It's starting. How does it feel right now?
What is that?
A little sore, but not bad.
Okay.
Is it like an old scar?
Your sunglasses.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Don't talk through the interrogation, Greg.
I think that might
You
be
don't
what that
feel
is.
nauseous or anything?
Oh, a little, but not bad.
Okay. Do you want me to call paramedics? Check you out, or?
No, I think it's more adrenaline than anything.
Gotcha. Do you have any medical issues that might be underlying that?
Yeah, I'm slightly overweight.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, join the club. Other than that, high blood pressure or anything, or you take medication that
no.
you need to have?
So anyways,
It was a little high in my last physical, but not.
Oh, okay.
Nothing major, no medication or anything like that.
Groovy. Okay.
They all like that you told me to shut up. I always like that.
Hey, Rob, if you don't mind hanging tight, do you need another water or are you good? I got one.
This part here is
Thank you very
irrelevant.
much.
There's nothing going on.
Yep. All right.
That was their favorite part of the whole show. Finally got a reaction out of people. Yeah, you can see it right there.
Old
See?
married couple, friend.
Right there.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing.
Hey, would you keep it down? I'm trying to hear him drink.
I sit a lot when I type, sitting in the car, driving around.
Yeah.
I want to stand a lot of times. But sometimes it's just too hard to write and stand. Agreed.
I'm all set, Rob.
Okay.
If you're good.
Yep, I'm good. The only thing is what he was using to
Okay.
clean his head. Other than that, this is all his property.
Okay.
I did call a night detective to have that.
Photograph you did?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
If you could have.
I think he's the same guy that was talking to him on the street. His voice sounds the
He
same.
could be.
And the one that,
Now,
and he's the one that drove.
Would you
him.
be nervous here?
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause
But
he
he's
looks
just,
like he could care less.
yeah, he's like that the whole time. He laughs and stuff.
Have a call one for
Yep,
the
I'll do
interview
that
room
right now.
downstairs. Thank you.
bet. Are we still on top?
I think they were going to clear it, but I had my radio off. All right, Alexander. My name's Nate Moffitt. I'm in the Sacramento Police Department.
All right.
I want to walk through what
Yes.
happened today. Let me just write a couple things down. 3744, 3744. So, are you still living out on
Yeah.
Cherie Street?
Yeah.
Okay. So, patrol didn't really match up what Lori told us compared to. So, walk me through what happened today.
Well, I stayed the night at my sister's.
Okay.
We were planning to go do something fun day. We hadn't really decided. I was thinking maybe I was going to take her to the range,
Okay.
or go do something.
Okay.
I don't know, take JD to some water park or movies or whatever. So I stayed there last night, and then this morning Charles showed up, and I don't know what started it.
And Charles is your brother-in-law. He and Lori are married.
Yes.
Okay.
So he showed up. He was following her and yelling, and then I got between them. And then Tylee came out with her bat, and I had separated for a minute, and then my sister walked around me there in the living room, and then Charles was following Lori and yelling, and Tylee told him to get back. She took her bat like that and shoved him, and he took the bat away. And I said, "What are you doing?" And I got between them, and then he hit me, and I just went down, and when I got up, he was still yelling. And so I went into the bedroom where I was staying and grabbed my gun. I came back
Okay.
and told him to put the gun down, or the bat down. And he came at me and was saying, "What are you gonna do?" Like that, and coming to me with the bat. I said, "Put it down." He wouldn't. He came at me, so.
Okay. So when that argument first started between Lori and Charles,
Yeah.
where in the house were they?
I don't know.
Okay. Where did you first?
I was in my bedroom.
Okay, so you were in your
Where am I
bedroom
staying?
and you heard the argument.
When they came right towards me.
Okay, so they were coming down the hallway towards the bedroom?
Yes.
Okay, so you hear the argument, you step out, what's the first thing that you see?
Charles chasing after Lori and yelling.
Okay. Had Tylee already gotten the bat?
No.
Did he already have the bat? Okay.
No.
So Charles is coming towards Lori,
He's
they're coming your
towards
way.
Lori, and I shoved him back.
Okay.
And I said, what are you doing? Because he's coming at her aggressively.
Okay.
He's a big dude, so he's not gonna hurt my sister.
Okay. So he's coming at her.
Yeah.
And you shoved him back.
Yeah.
What happened right after that? And that's I'm sorry to interrupt you.
He got back up and he comes right to me, doesn't look at me, and continues to yell at Lori.
Okay.
So he's maybe this far away.
Are you in the hallway of the house, or where are you?
Right close to the doorway of that bedroom.
Of the bedroom you were staying?
Yes.
Okay. So you're right near the bedroom?
Yes.
Okay.
So then, I don't remember why, he backed up, and then my sister came around behind me, and they ended up in the living room, and then while they're on the way to the living room, Tylee comes out of her bedroom, which is adjacent to the one I was staying in,
Okay.
with her bat,
Okay.
yelling at Charles. Actually, she was behind Charles at first, and then she cut around in front of him in the living room.
Okay. So he then went back, they went back towards the living room?
Yes,
After
back in
after
the-
you shoved him, did he
Yes.
fall to the ground when you shoved him?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so he falls to the ground, he gets back up, you're blocking between him and Lori.
Yes.
And he basically is talking past you, still yelling at Lori.
Yes, exactly.
What's he saying?
I don't remember.
Okay. So, as you're standing there between them, what happened right after that? Is that when Tylee came out with her bat?
No, he backed up.
Okay.
He yelled something, and then he backed up, and then Lori went by me and around me in the hallway.
Mhm.
So he backed up. I had cleared the doorway. So then she came around, and then Charles was behind her.
Well, no, he said that Charles chased Lori, and then Tylee came out of the room with a bat, saying, "Don't do that." And then Alex came over. Then he hit Alex in the back of the head, and then that's what he said.
I thought that's what he said a few minutes back. Like he was like, so what happened? He was like, he was chasing them.
But it was like he was chasing Lori, and then all of a sudden, then Tylee came out of the room with the bat to say, "Don't do that." That's what he said a few minutes back. Did he just change it up or something? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Did he just change that?
Pursuing her again aggressively.
Okay.
Tylee came out, yelled at him with the bat.
There, see?
Okay. And are you guys in the living room then, or still in the hallway?
It starts in the hallway and then goes to the living room.
Okay.
So Tylee gets around him in the living room. He stops. Tylee goes around to the front of him, tells him to back off.
What I find it easiest to do in situations like this is to kind of draw like a rough flow plan.
Sure. So we'll make this the living room. All right, and then this is the hallway,
Okay.
and then this is the kitchen. So Tylee's bedroom is here, my bedroom is here.
I could do that same thing I did with
Okay.
Lori.
Just put living room on there so I know, and then you said that's kitchen,
Yeah.
and then
So the doorway's here.
okay. Is this area of the house where all of this incident was focused
Yes.
at? Okay.
Yep. And then there's another bedroom here. This is JJ's bedroom.
Okay. So that you first get involved when they're down by your room.
They come all the way into she comes into the room and he comes right here and I stopped him right here.
Okay, so she came into your room.
Yeah.
Okay, so she comes into your room. He's coming at her
Yeah.
aggressively, and
Yeah.
that's when you pushed him.
Yep.
So you push him down,
Yep.
and then
What bothers me is the use of when they use the word aggressively all the time. And see, that's part of the wording when you're trying to, like in the technical wording of the law. Like, were they aggressive towards you? And so I've heard this in other cases where people aggressively well, they wouldn't even use that word. Like Alex isn't a person that would even use the word aggressively in real life. Do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So it's kind of.
And then they know that he's aggressively. So what?
Mhm.
How else would you come at somebody with a bat?
Right.
Timid.
Right. Exactly.
No.
It's crazy. Yeah. He was just
Carefully?
hey.
Well, it's a
And
lie
he gets-
too. Remember Chris McDonough's friend there?
Oh
Said
yeah.
that
Aggressively.
words.
Yeah. There you go.
he's back up,
Yep. And
and
then he yells, and then he backs up,
okay,
and then Lori goes around and goes around him, and they're still going at it,
okay,
right? And then Tylee comes out when she hears what's going on. She has her bat.
okay. Is it a metal bat?
Yeah, it's a
plastic
little
bat.
aluminum bat.
Okay,
So she comes at him because she's tiny, so that's like her thing. She doesn't have anything, but she wants to help defend her mom.
okay.
So she comes at him, and then when
And they've already moved back
Right,
towards the
so
living room.
they're going this way.
Okay,
So Lori's here, Tylee's here, Charles is here. I'm here, Tylee goes at him with the bat. Then he takes the bat away from her, and I step towards him, and he turned around and cracked me.
Is that foot injury that's
Yes.
caused on your head? Okay.
Well, there was some shoving first, and I got spun around.
Okay.
And then popped. So I go back here, grab my gun, and come back.
I'm trying to picture that view. Hey, there was some struggling first, and then I got turned around, and then, really? Like just some goofy little, oh, come on.
Yeah, we were struggling, and then
I got twirled around, and then right on the back of my head.
sure you did.
Threatening me.
Okay.
And then, so I was standing here, and he was there.
Okay. So you're standing right there. He's right here.
He's there.
And you said, what happened? What happened when you came out with the gun?
I said, put that bat down. He's like, what are you going to do? So you're going to threaten me? I was like, no, I'm just going to defend myself. So you put that bat down. And he goes, what are you going to do like that? And he came at me.
Okay.
And he'd already hit me in the head.
Okay. So he came at you at the bat. What was he doing with the bat when he came at you?
It was in his right hand like this.
Okay. So he's holding it low and he's coming at
Yeah.
you? Okay. So you gave him, how many times would you say you told him to, put the bat down?
Once.
Once? Okay. And then he started advancing towards you?
Yes.
How many shots did you fire?
I don't know. A couple.
Okay. Were Tylee and your sister?
I didn't see him, so I don't know where they were.
Where's JJ at during all this?
He's already out in the car.
Okay, so he's sitting out in the car.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. But as far as you think or understand, you're not sure where they were.
Correct.
He's in the corner of the living room.
They were no longer in the room
Okay.
when I come back out.
Okay. So they're out of the room, so
Yeah.
it's just you and him.
Yes.
And he basically comes at you with the bat.
Yeah.
You tell him to put it down.
Yeah.
He's threatened,
Yeah.
what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
And what'd you tell him?
I didn't say anything. He's coming at me, and I'm holding the gun.
Okay.
If you're going to attack someone with a gun, you got to be ready for the repercussions.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure, because
Yeah.
he basically, you had said earlier that he had the bat.
Yep.
And he asked, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
And you had already told him to put the bat down, and then he just came at you,
Yep.
and you shot him.
Yep.
Okay. And you're thinking a couple times?
It was more than one shot.
Okay. So more than one shot. What kind of gun was it?
45.
Okay. What make?
It's a Springfield XDM.
Okay. So it's an XDM 45.
Yeah.
What type of ammo were you carrying in it? Do you know?
Just standard.
Like full metal jacket?
Yeah.
Target shooting? Okay.
Yeah.
So you fire a couple times.
Yep.
You don't know where they're at.
They're gone.
They're gone. What happened right after that?
Right after that, I went to the kitchen and rinsed my hands off because I had blood on the back of my head. And then I went back into the room and put the gun down and grabbed my phone. And then I went back into the kitchen and called 911.
Okay. And then, did you see your sister and Tylee again? Did they come back in or not?
Not till they drove up.
Okay. Then they drove up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
When they drove up outside.
Gotcha. What's going on with Charles and Lori? I mean, does he live there?
No.
Okay. So where's he living now?
He lives in Houston.
Okay. For work, or are they separated, or?
Separated and for work.
Okay. So both. How long have they been
split
separated?
up, January.
Okay. So 6 months or so, 6, 7 months.
Yeah. He's had some pretty erratic behavior since that split up.
Okay.
He came and threatened me and Tylee at my house I don't remember in February or March or whatever.
Okay.
And there was a little confrontation from mostly between Tylee and Charles.
Were the police involved in that one?
No.
Okay.
No. I was just supervising to make sure that he didn't hurt her.
Okay. So, was he working out of state before January? Or?
He always has worked out of state.
Okay, so he always works out of state. What's he do for a living?
He does annuities.
Okay. So, what was he in town for today? Does he come into town often, or?
Occasionally to see JJ.
Okay. Is he JJ and Tylee's dad?
He's JJ's dad. Well, actually, he's Charles's nephew. He's his niece's kid.
JJ is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was a meth addict, and they adopted JJ.
Okay. So they adopted JJ,
Yeah.
but Tylee is not.
Not his.
Okay.
So he would be a stepdad, I guess.
Okay, so stepdad. When's the last time he's been in town, or when's the last time you've seen him?
Last time I saw him was at my house in February, March.
Okay. Was he here last night? Did you guys have any interactions with him last night?
No.
Is there any history of domestic violence between Lori and Charles?
Not physically that I know of.
Okay. So, how old is Charles?
60, maybe? I don't know.
Okay. How old's your sister?
44 or 5.
Okay.
Is it sad that I don't know?
I have to do that.
It's hard enough remembering my own age.
Right.
That's ridiculous. Listen to them just laugh.
After 45, who cares?
Is there anything else that you could think of that I didn't ask about that I need to know right now?
I can't think of anything.
Okay. Did Lori ever say, like in the last couple of days, that Charles was coming to town?
Yeah, she said he was coming to pick up JJ.
Okay. So you guys were expecting him to show up today?
Yeah.
Okay. So you knew, okay. It wasn't like he just showed up unexpectedly?
No, it wasn't a surprise or anything like that.
Hey, let me just check something out really fast. Just take a second. On YouTube, I just want to, let's see, Charles Vallow, murder, body cam. Yeah, right here. So we can just get a time really fast. Can't see it on that one for some reason. Hold on one second. Not that one. This one.
So we've got some breaking news,
No,
by the way.
Not that one. Let's see. This one here. Looks like, well, that one says 15, 14, 41, but that doesn't make it. Oh, wait, no, wait. 5. I can't really tell. I'm trying to, because I know that the time on the, I'm looking down here. It's upside down. So that's what's stupid. They had everything upside down on the.
Yeah, so.
Looks like 15.
All right, that says.
But it couldn't have been that. That can't be right because this was in the morning. So let me go find.
The timer could be off on the thing there.
Yeah. So I'm trying to. I think the one in the police station is going to be 100%. They're not going to mess up on that one. So let's see. Is that the same one? Okay, at the top. So that one says 1543 also. That's wild. That definitely can't be true because it was in the morning on the way to school.
Right. T15.
Huh. That's crazy. What about that 911 call? Does that have on there? Or does it say at the beginning? Alex Cox.
7:49 a.m. he was shot.
7:49 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. He arrived at 7:35. At 7:49, she takes the rental car and leaves.
Yeah. Okay. So that was.
And then 8:32 is when Alex calls.
Yeah. So this is like an hour and yeah. I mean, he waited until he died, obviously.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. He wanted to make sure he wasn't doing. I mean, he could do CPR if he wanted to. He already knew he was dead. He probably waited. He waited 5 minutes before he called. He said. I mean, so. Why would you do that? You shoot somebody, you call 911 immediately if you really gave a damn about anything. Right.
Yeah.
So this is like, what, an hour and 45 minutes maybe when he got here or something, after the shooting itself?
He's awesome.
But you don't know what they were arguing or fighting about?
His behavior was a surprise, but him showing up was not a surprise.
Okay. Let me just walk you through my understanding of it to make sure that I'm accurate. You were in your room.
Yeah.
Had you even gotten up and like been out of your room?
Yeah, brushed my teeth.
Okay. So you're in your room. You hear.
I'm just on the phone, and then I just hear them coming around the hall quick.
Had you seen Charles before, or like that morning?
No.
Okay. So you hear them arguing.
Yeah.
And
first time I see him is at the doorway.
At your doorway.
And I shove him back.
So Lori comes into your room.
Yep.
You're in your room.
Yep.
You get up at the doorway and basically get between him and Lori.
Yep.
You push Charles back.
Yep.
He probably fell down to the ground or did fall to the ground.
He stumbled back.
Okay. So he stumbles back. He comes right back up,
Yeah.
and he's talking past you,
Yes.
still yelling at Lori.
Yes.
But you don't know what he was yelling at.
I don't remember.
Okay. So at some point in time, Charles.
That's not what you said at the crime scene. Remember how he said, he was accusing me of something. See, notice how all that's gone? There was an argument where he was accusing Alex of something, and then he realized he can't say that because you know what the accusation was? Oh, you're trying to kill us. You're trying to kill me, is what he was probably saying. You're plotting to kill me. And then Alex realized he couldn't say that to the cop, so he kept walking, and then he went, well, he was just mad. I mean, it's crazy. So he left.
Weren't they coming into, was this the, I'm not 100% sure if this was the point where Charles and Adam and family members were going to get together to do an intervention on Lori? Was that this point, and Alex found out about it too, and that's why he was staying close, because they were planning?
That does sound right, because wasn't Adam around in town? I guess we'd have to go. Maybe we'll get that later on.
I'll double check that. Yeah.
Backs up. Lori comes out, and they both go around you and towards the living room.
Yes.
Tylee comes out of her room.
How'd they get past?
And basically, they've made their way into the living room.
Yes.
So Tylee pokes her dad in the back.
In the front, in the
In the
chest.
front. Okay, so
Or stomach,
she's
yeah.
come around this way.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's come around.
So this is Tylee, and that's Charles.
Okay, so she pokes him in the bat,
Yeah.
or in the chest with the bat.
Yeah.
You know how many times about, or
Just once, and then he grabbed the bat. Took it
So he
away.
grabs the bat and takes it away. You come towards him.
Yeah.
And then
Okay, I gotta stop this because they're in the room and he's blocked. Charles is at the door. So how did they both get around him? And then now picture somehow they're ahead, and then Charles comes back out, and then Tylee comes up and jabs him in the stomach, and then he with a bat, and then he grabs the bat. I mean, it just seems like the most convenient, ludicrous story. Yeah.
There's three of them. If JJ's in the car, and allegedly he gets this bat from Tylee and somehow smashes him in the head. No.
Yeah.
And what kind of response is this? The guy hits you with this bat. You could have easily intercepted that. It's not like he had a machete and he was high on drugs. You could have just grabbed the bat. Between you and Tylee wasn't tiny, and Lori, but instead you go get a gun and shoot him dead? Come on.
Yeah.
No.
Well, he's saying that Charles grabbed the bat immediately from Tylee, so he had it. You know, and he's this ex-baseball player, right? So, man, you can't take that. I got to go get my gun. Right?
And it was July 9th.
I mean, how are you saying he would have...
About the intervention.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that this? What day is this? So this is...
This is the 11th.
Yeah.
That's
so-
why she told Alex, you know, stay close because all of this was going down and Charles was in town and...
But a minute ago when you were saying he could have just taken the bat, what do you mean?
Why
Who?
couldn't he have grabbed the bat away from him?
Oh, I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't
Why
know
not?
if that's... Well, because the thing is people have a bat and maybe you don't want to go near him to take the bat. That part of the story, to me, it's a convoluted story when you run out of the room. Like if I had a bat and somebody isn't going to try to run over and get it, because I could just swing at him and hit him, right?
Yeah, but...
I mean, I know what you're saying. Like, well, why didn't you try that first? I don't know. You know.
Sure, yeah. but there's three of you. Just go tackle him and get the bat. It's not like he's going
But
to
he's a
kill you
big
with it.
guy, Charles. Like he's pretty strong. I just think this whole story is fake. And the weird part is Tylee has to be part of it though, because her story seems to have some similar elements. But see, here's the thing. That's why she becomes an evil spirit later, because she has this knowledge that we made up the story. Because later on, she did tell somebody that these things like, man, I went outside and then I heard the gunshots, and then there was some weirdness there. And
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
That's why she became dark. She transferred from the light.
And I think it's weird. The whole JJ thing's weird because they never deemed him dark, but I think that was just pure vindictiveness. The death of JJ. It's
Yeah,
weird.
why JJ?
So weird.
what happened right after that?
He shoved me and spun me around,
Okay.
and then cracked me in the back of the head.
Cracked you in the back of the head. He hit you one time?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go back to your room.
I stumbled forward, and then I went back in there.
Did you fall to the ground when you got hit with the bat?
No, my head bounced.
Okay. So you go back to your room,
Yeah,
get the gun,
yeah.
come back to the living room.
Yeah.
Now Tylee and Lori are gone.
Yep.
And
It's just me and Charles in the living room.
okay, and Charles,
He
what's he doing
didn't even
again?
fall.
He's got the bat.
Wait, are you going to interrupt the interrogation? No, what did you say?
I'm going to interrupt. He didn't even fall, dude. Like, he didn't even fall. He wasn't like, oh my God, this guy's trying to murder me with a bat. He hits you in the head with the bat. You didn't even fall. You have a scratch on your head. And your response is to go get a gun and shoot him dead. And they're like, self-defense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, when they should have been more questioning him. But if you believe the story, then it seems like, well, okay, it's reasonable that this guy is bad. He hits him in the head. He's chasing him around. And then he pulls out a gun and shoots him. They just didn't do a very good investigation at all.
But think about it. He has to go into the room, get the gun, and come back, right? It's not like Charles is running around the house chasing him and he's behind him in the room and he turns around and shoots him dead.
But that's actually part of the law. Like if you have a house and let's say somebody broke in and
That's not Alex's house.
Let's just say somebody was in there and somebody shoved. But he'd still have a stand your ground. It doesn't matter if it's his house because he's there as a guest of Lori. And you got somebody in there let's say somebody broke into the house, for example, and just shoved him on the ground, not even displaying a gun. He could go get his gun, and if he feared for his life, he could shoot that person, and it would be totally...
Is there stand your ground in Colorado?
Well, I think it's just kind of sometimes it's just self-defense, stand your ground. It's usually pretty standard stuff.
Well, also, it's Charles's house. It's not his house.
Well, I mean, you could say it's Lori's. Well, you know what's weird about it is like Lori tells everybody Charles hates her so much. He's so evil and mean. Yet he's the one that's paying the rent for her to live there.
Right.
I mean, it's so ridiculous, But, I mean, it's his residence.
There is a law called Make My Day.
Really?
What?
Make my day.
There is. So I just looked up. It says stand your ground law in Colorado. Colorado's stand your ground law means you do not have to retreat before using physical force to defend yourself if it allows you to use reasonable and appropriate force. Unlike the Make My Day law, the stand your ground law also applies outside of your home. I need to look up the Make My Day law anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. See, the thing is, the story he's telling, they planned it out so that it sounds reasonable to the laws that are in the state. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but he runs back to the room, but he's allowed to do that. But he didn't even have to do that. Like, he could have had the gun on him as he came out and just shot him because there's Charles with a bat. That's what they're claiming, and everybody else backs up that claim. But this guy right here sitting here, he was always leery of this whole story. The whole time. I mean, he really was. Like later on, like you see him in interviews even way back then going, yeah, we just couldn't really... I mean, think about it. All they had was... Well, how about this? I mean, JJ and Tylee disappear. And then all there is Lori and Alex. They're going to have the same story. There's no way to disprove what they're saying.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Forensically, though, they had weird angles on the gunshots. So that should have immediately... Because apparently a couple of the gunshots were while he was on the ground at an angle. So that's a little bit disturbing. So anyways, here we go.
Okay.
And he's looking at me and he's going, and I told him, I said, Charles, put that back down. And he goes, what are you going to do about it?
How were you holding the gun when that happened?
Okay,
so you pointed it at him?
Yeah.
You tell him, Charles, put the gun down, or put the bat down.
Mm-hmm.
And what did he say?
He's like, what are you going to do about it?
Okay.
And then comes at me.
Okay. And then you fire a couple times.
Yeah.
But you're not sure how many. You know it was more than one.
Well, however you want to look at it, it would be self-defense, right? Who cares? Forget the property part of it. The stand your ground thing is if you feel like you are in imminent threat of, grave bodily injury, you can defend yourself without trying to retreat. And that's exactly...
Do they have like a reasonable clause part in there? Like a reasonable person would have thought they were in danger?
Well, I think that's probably usually what they look at. And then you go, well, shit, he was holding a bat. And look at, he's got a scar on the back of his... he's got something on the back of his head from the same bat. So yeah, I mean, he's already hit by it. He went in there, you know. So that's that's exactly why this story sort of worked for a bit, but it was obvious that it wasn't based on other circumstantial evidence, because everybody else is gone out of this full. Like I've said a million times, there's 5 people here that day, and then within, let's see, 5 months, only one of those people is still alive, and that's Lori. Every single one of the rest of them are dead. Alex, Charles, JJ, and Tylee.
Oof.
So then you know, wow, that you know, it's really obvious. Plus with the emails and everything.
It was 2.
Now it is.
Okay, 2 shots. Where were you aiming on his body?
Just center.
Okay, so you're pretty sure 2 shots center mass.
Yeah.
He falls to the ground. You don't see Lori or Tylee anymore.
Correct.
You go to the kitchen, grab a rag for your head,
Yeah, tore out some paper towels and wash my hands off.
and then go back to your room, put the gun down,
Yeah.
grab your phone,
Yeah.
come back to the kitchen and call in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they walked me through and tried to do CPR.
Okay.
Right. We know, Richie, but we're going to get to that one
Anything
later.
else that you can think of that I need to know, or that's important to this?
That's all there is.
Okay.
Got the sun that's coming.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to know. I'm going to get a tech out here to take some photographs of you, if you're okay with that.
That's fine.
So if you want to hang tight for me, you need the restroom or anything?
I'm good.
Okay. All right, hang tight for me. I'll be right back. I'm going to go have somebody take some photographs of your head.
Yeah.
I'll put this back in there. All right, I'll be right back.
Thanks.
I guess the part I sped up, I think. I don't know. Like I just skipped huge portions where he's sitting like that. That's just... Yeah, there he is. So now it's 10:26. He just does what he wants. Just kind of. Hey, you guys got a Coca-Cola?
Okay. Thanks.
No, Madame August Butterfly. No, it's considered getting something to protect yourself. All right, so now we're at quite a bit later.
Yes, sir. Can you take it back? Thanks. Can I take a real quick look at your hands there? Sure.
They go, hey, yeah, you go ahead and use the bathroom. And then they keep him in there for another 20 minutes. It's hilarious. Hey, you need to go use the bathroom? That's why he went out the door. He said, is there a way I could use the bathroom? And he comes in when you see your hands.
Okay. Oh, you got a little bit of cut there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, let me see. Actually, you know what? Can we just hold off just a moment?
Yeah,
Because I want to
hold
get
it
someone to
here.
get a picture of this on your hand.
Yeah.
I'll try to expedite that just
Yeah.
quick enough. And if not, I'll try to go grab a camera. Are you okay holding for a few minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. So I think this is where I speeded up. I can't remember now. No, there it is. Yeah. There's no audio for this part. So go ahead and, if you have any thoughts so far, just kind of zips through this. I just want to have it on here where he's getting photographed. And
This is like 500 times fast or something. He said
Yeah.
it ended up looking funny. I mean, just taking the photos, whatever. I don't know. I don't feel as though they're interrogating somebody who killed somebody. It's just kind of like casual. So what'd you do today? And, oh, okay. So yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't really know if I have any other questions.
yeah, he does come back in
What?
again for the whole story again. See if it changes, I think. But he also
Yeah.
fed him the information. See, that's what I didn't like this part. So let me get this right. So this is how it went, right? And then he repeats back the same story, and then all he has to say is, yep.
Yeah, it's like confirmation.
Right, it's
You know,
not good.
I don't like that at all. And it's, it's just sad that so it begins now. and nobody knows it. Of course, we're looking back at it all, but nobody knows what's about to go on and how crazy this man in front of them is.
Yeah, he's basically the hitman for the cult. That's what I always called him.
The hitman.
Yeah, he's. What's interesting though is none of them seem to. I mean, I'm even gonna say Tylee. Like Tylee, Lori, and Alex. None of them really seem to be incredibly bothered by the fact that Charles just got killed.
No. And in listening to Lori's interview, she's like, "Oh, Tylee hates him. He was always about JJ and never Tylee." And I'm thinking, okay, was this guy like a real bad guy, Charles?
It doesn't sound like it from anybody.
Bad man? Yeah, I mean, I went and looked up everything I could too, and I'm like,
yeah,
he seemed like the nicest guy.
I could see this. I could see Tylee not liking Charles because of stories told by Lori over and over and over. Oh yeah, and she's like, ooh, and then she just has this perception of him and doesn't really like him because of what Lori said. I mean, that's what makes sense to me.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think another thing was, as Lori was getting tired of Charles, she probably put a lot into Tylee's head, and Tylee was close to Lori, so they're.
That's what
she's
I'm saying.
just going to agree with her mom, basically. Yeah.
So you ended up not liking Charles, but for no really good reason at all.
No reason. Yeah.
Yeah, it was all fed information.
There's no history of domestic violence with him, or there's nothing. He was providing a wonderful life, and he adopted JJ, who has autism, and I just don't
Sorry about
understand.
that. Thanks for your patience.
No worries.
All right, so
It's fun staring at nothing.
so just want to kind of go back to a couple things real quick.
Yep.
Your sister had mentioned something kind of historically. I guess she said she just recently moved back. She went to Houston or somewhere, and then recently moved back about 3 weeks ago. She was saying something about Charles texting your other brother. Is it Andy?
Adam?
Adam, there you go.
Do you know anything about that? Okay.
No.
I wonder if Lori's right now being. We'll see it by the time. So remember, this is around 11:20. If she's being, concurrently, being interviewed at the same time.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we'd see that.
Because he came back with that weird part about how did he know about that text messaging?
Exactly.
So we'll see.
So I'll kind of walk through an order.
Sure.
When you
I zoomed in.
When the argument initially came your way, you said you were on the phone?
No.
Okay, you were just in the room.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said you were on the phone.
No.
So you weren't on the phone with anybody.
No, my phone was in that room.
Okay, your phone was in the room, so were you.
Yeah.
And then they came your way.
Yeah.
And then you're not sure where Lori and Tylee were when you came
When
back.
I came
with
back
the
out,
gun.
that's correct.
Okay. Where was your gun at in the room?
It was in my bag in a case at the foot of the bed.
Oh, so this is interesting. I think he's saying that he went to the room because it doesn't sound like he does say he went back to the room to get it, but then is he really saying that? Because it's almost like it was in the room, then I got hit in the head, and then they went out, and then he had a gun with him, or did he run back out first and then come back? I guess we'll have to hear how this goes.
I like what he's asking him here as well. He's like, so where was it? Oh, it was because this is in his house. So it's in a bag, in a case over here. What?
Yeah, and they
Why
do
don't you
find
just
it.
run out of the house, buddy. What's he, a track star too? He's going to chase you down. Just run out of the house.
Yeah, it definitely seems like, there was other options in this case.
Absolutely.
Especially somebody that's like married to your, is that the first thought? Let me go kill somebody.
It's unbelievable.
Especially when he's, again, he's married to your sister and he's the one paying the rent at this house. But hey, there's a life insurance policy. Little did she know that he changed it.
And so the bed was here,
and then the gun was here in a case.
Okay. Inside like a duffel bag or something?
Yeah, it was like a zip, a little orange bag.
Okay.
And then my case was in there.
Okay. Is it the hard plastic?
Yeah, the hard
case?
plastic with the foam and the extra clips and everything.
Okay. Is there a reason you spent the night there last night?
No, not really.
Okay.
No, there was no.
Just hang out. We were gonna hang out today.
Okay. Did your sister ever tell you she was concerned for her safety or well-being for Charles coming there?
No,
Okay.
but watching him interact with her, I was.
Okay. So, do you normally carry a gun with you?
Yeah.
Okay. But you didn't have it on your person during this?
No.
Okay. When we talked about Tylee basically having the bat, Charles taking the bat
Yeah.
away from Tylee, you said there was a struggle after that.
Yeah.
What happened?
I grabbed
to
her
the
from
best-
behind,
Okay.
and then we went to the ground, and then we separated, and he hit me, and then that's when I left.
Okay.
Okay.
So you
So,
grabbed him.
so what he's saying is that they went to the room, and then they left. You know, he was in the room, and they were at the doorway. Charles came behind, and then Lori went running this way. So now, Charles's back is to Alex because he went back out the living room. Then Kylie comes in with the bat. He takes it from her. Then he tackles him from behind. So everything you can tell, it's all kind of scripted out where it makes sense.
Yeah, it's garbage.
And it doesn't make it
Garbage
makes sense
story.
like as a story goes, but it's just totally it's lame.
From behind,
Yeah.
and how come you grabbed him from behind?
Because he was in front of me, and he was going after Tylee with the bat.
Right.
What was he doing with the bat?
Now he's going after Tylee with the bat.
He just grabbed it from her, and then I jumped in.
He wasn't going
Okay.
after Tylee with the bat. He just
So
took
he
it
was
from
going
her.
after Tylee with
Yes,
the bat,
yes.
and you grabbed him from behind,
Yes.
around the neck, or
over the shoulder like this.
okay, you grabbed him from behind.
Yeah.
He
you
just
pulled him
added
back, and
that.
you guys
I
both
pulled him
went
back, we
to the
both
ground.
went to the ground, yeah.
Okay. Did you see him swing the bat at you?
No.
Okay. So you pulled him to the ground. You got back up.
I got back up, he hit me in the back of the head. I don't know if
Had an
it was
audio
with the bat or
problem.
not. I assumed it was.
Okay.
Because he had it.
Okay.
Um,
So he hit you at the back of the head.
yeah,
And you go to the room.
yeah.
Okay. And you don't know where Lori or Tylee are when you go back to the room.
Correct.
Okay. You come back from the room.
Yeah.
And you basically get you initial or mark kind of here on this corner.
Yeah.
That you're basically at the corner of the living room.
Well, this is a hallway here, so there's like a wall here that divides the kitchen.
Okay.
So I'm somewhere in this area.
Okay.
Pause.
And he's in the living room.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, if you're listening to him say this, he has Tylee, or he's coming at Tylee, or he takes the bat from Tylee, whatever he did.
And then he says
and
he
then
attacks
he
Tylee.
grabs him,
Uh-huh,
right?
Uh-huh.
And then they fall to the ground. And then he gets back up and goes to get the gun.
Mm-hmm.
So Tylee's already in the car. What did she do?
Yeah.
Now Tylee's in the car?
Yeah, well, I mean, the funny. Well, I guess we don't really ever get to know what the timing, how long things were, because like he got the gun, but was it? See, that's where you start wondering: was there more time, things going on? Like, was there really just shooting right away when he brought the gun out, or was that when Lori's like, okay, let me get out, let me get JJ in the car really quick, hurry up, get him in the
JJ
car.
was already in the car, right?
That's what they
So-
say. I mean, it's weird the story. So because maybe JJ's not alive because he did see something.
Maybe.
Because if he was in the car, that would give a reason that they would have killed him if he was in the house. But when you put him in the car, they told that story so maybe they wouldn't ask him any questions. And he's all he's autistic and stuff.
And he's going to be straight up brutally honest, probably,
Right,
and
yeah.
say what he saw. He's a kid.
Mm-hmm. So what if he actually was in there, and then they rushed him out to the car, and then Tylee was out there, and that's why there's some weird story shift on that aspect of it. I don't know. What do you think? It's a possibility, right? Because that would be a reason
She
to
can't
kill.
be in both places at one time. She can't be struggling for the bat and watching all this happen, and outside
Yeah.
in the car on the way to school. Because Lori's like, oh, I don't know. I had left before. So, and Tylee, I think, says she heard, like you said, she heard the bang. But Lori didn't. She didn't know anything because she was gone.
And I thought Lori had to go back in too. Like what was
She
it?
had to go back in for something.
I think it was something to do with the. She wouldn't give Charles his phone back.
Yes, so she went back in and had his phone and was like, who are you texting? Who are you texting? And he's like, give me my phone. So she's in there. Tylee's in there.
Yeah,
JJ, that's how she explains that JJ was in the car because Charles was going to take him to school. And then they get into something. He leaves. That's
right. I hate when he comes back. He always comes back.
When he comes back, he always does.
Yeah,
Picked his phone. That's right. And I was looking through his texts, and I'm thinking, really? Because you knew on the 9th that they were planning the intervention.
I think the phone was taken, if that's a real thing, so that he couldn't call 911. I think it's because he couldn't call 911 or something.
Yeah.
I mean, because what would be the reason?
She looked through it afterwards. I don't think that there was any.
Well, she might have looked through it, but there would be nothing. I don't even think the text messaging part is even a true thing. I think that he came back in. Maybe it is true that JJ's in the car, and everything came down after he came back in to get that phone, and that's what the argument was about. She wouldn't give him the phone, and she wasn't going to definitely not give it to him because he doesn't want him to call 911, and that's when the arguments and everything happened. And then the shooting, and that's the sequence, I bet you that he came back in,
different.
And then that came about because he was outraged that she wouldn't give him his phone.
Right. Maybe he had to come back in because maybe he put the phone on the counter while he's getting JJ ready, and she takes the phone knowing he's going to have to come back in. Alex is here. We have all this planned. It's going to go down the way we need it to. Why else would he have come in? Why did he forget his phone? Come on. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and then just as Tylee said, that's just wild, man, the whole thing. It's almost like everybody was out of the house and it was just Alex and Charles when the shots themselves happened, right?
And he still has the bat.
Yes.
Is he now focused at you, or is he focused at Lori?
He's focused at me, and he's yelling at me, and then he moves towards me.
What was he saying to you? Do you remember?
What was he accusing you of, remember?
Not really.
See? Okay. He didn't get that information.
I just remember yelling.
Okay.
And then I was watching more body language.
Said the same thing.
And when someone aggressively comes at you.
Okay. Are you, do you have your CCW?
Aggressively, that's the fourth time he's used that.
So he's basically coming at you and he's yelling, you're watching his body language.
Yeah.
And you said you told him.
By the way, you guys, if you want to become a channel member, hit the join button down there. I always forget to say it on this channel, but yeah. You can hit the join button and become green. I notice right now there's 0 people in there that are channel members. Also, at the end of each quarter, we donate 25% of the net revenue from the channel via ads, channel memberships, or super chats. All right? So this is another channel trying to make a difference.
And I didn't, when we're talking, I'm trying to not take notes and listen to what you're saying.
Oh, and hit the like button.
Calm the situation.
Okay.
I'm going to drop your bat, and he's fuck you and whatever coming at me in.
Did you ever tell him to leave, or did you say drop the bat, or?
First I just said drop the bat.
Okay. And then did you say anything else after that?
I didn't have time.
Okay. So he came after you with the bat.
Yep.
He's kind of holding it in his hand.
I got his right hand.
Okay. You fire a couple times.
Yep.
And then you go to the kitchen.
Correct.
And then back to the bedroom.
Yes.
Okay. When you went back to the bedroom, you washed your hands.
No, I washed
wash your hands in the kitchen.
Yep.
You put your gun back in your room.
Yep.
Where'd you set it at?
Just on the floor.
Okay, so you set it on the floor. Get your phone.
Yep.
Call 911.
Who the hell would wash their hands in a situation like that? That's pretty suspicious, right? I mean, are you there? Oh, you're muted.
And then, when did you realize Lori had gone? Did you call her?
No.
Okay. So, you called 911. Did you do CPR on him?
I did.
Okay.
I tried.
Okay.
No, I'm sure.
But you weren't on the. I must have mistaken you. I thought you said you were on the phone when.
Oh no.
Did you hear them arguing about his phone?
I don't. All I heard was her
Lori's
say,
there right
"Don't
now."
touch me," and then him.
Okay.
Coming right after her.
Okay. You said that a couple months ago, Tylee was at your house, and he came over. What happened? Tell me a little bit more about that.
He was going insane trying to locate Lori because Lori wasn't talking to him.
Okay.
They had split up. So he was bugging everybody in the family, blowing up their emails, phones, just sending text messages, just anything he could do to try and get somebody to tell Lori to contact him. So he was just spazzing out. So Tylee and I were pulling up to my house, and he followed us, and then he sped up.
I mean, people don't really generally look for their spouse when they just disappear off the face of the earth. You know, like I would never. I mean,
Yeah.
just picture.
No reason to do that. It was crazy.
He was spazzing out, though. Okay.
Yeah. 60 days she leaves and leaves her kid. Okay.
And blocked my driveway, and he got out and ran up to me real aggressively like he was going to do something, and he just stopped and talked, and then Tylee got out and yelled at him, and then that lasted, I don't know, 15 minutes in the front.
Okay.
A lot of screaming at Tylee at Charles, and Charles trying to leave and her not letting him because she wanted to get everything out that was bothering her.
Okay. So he didn't go after Tylee at that time.
Physically, he did not do
Okay.
anything.
Have you spent a lot of time around Charles?
Yeah,
Is he hot-headed?
not normally.
Okay. So have you ever, besides the argument between him and Tylee, have you ever seen him like you saw him today?
No.
Okay.
No.
How would you describe him today?
Very aggressive.
Ah, I knew he was going to use that word.
Physically aggressive.
the fifth
Going
time.
after Tylee, going after Lori, going after me.
Okay.
I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen him behave like that, and I was shocked.
Okay. How long have they been together?
15 years, maybe?
Okay.
Oh, a good while.
And did they live here before?
Yeah, they lived here a couple times.
Okay.
They lived here. They lived in Austin. Then they moved. Then they moved to Chandler. Then they moved to Hawaii. And they moved back here. And then I think they split up. And then she went to live with in Houston for 2 months, and that wasn't working out. So then she came back here and got a place.
Okay.
And then he had just come back out here.
And he got a place, or she came back out here and got a place. How long ago was that?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Within 2 months.
Okay. So the last couple months. But she never said anything about having you come over because she didn't feel safe with him or because he was showing up.
Thank you, Bama, for
Or
everything.
anything like that? Okay. Is it normal for you?
She had expressed that he had threatened her in some email and text messages,
Okay.
saying he was going to stop her or destroy her or something to that effect.
And when did she tell you that?
Well, I don't know, a couple weeks ago when she got the text.
Okay. So that was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
we talked about it, but it wasn't anything
Gotcha.
on
So
the top of my head.
you weren't under the impression that she had you there to make
No.
sure that he was,
No.
didn't cause an issue or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
And you had the gun, so you didn't bring a gun for that purpose.
I always carried
Oh, of course
Okay.
not. Yeah.
I had my other gun in the truck, and my niece just gave me a gun. I thought maybe
But I think it's a little bit weird that you had to. Let's see. You brought a gun inside the house, and there's another gun in the truck, but you brought one in the house, and then it's in the same room that for some random reason, Lori went running to. I don't know. It just feels like it's all just obviously a setup.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
It's trash.
Totally
They're lying.
bogus. Yeah.
the shooting range, and because my niece gave me a 380.
Okay.
She didn't want it anymore.
Gotcha.
So I was going to take it for my sister because she's got tiny hands. I was going to let her shoot it.
Okay. Just recreational for
Yeah.
sport, not because you
Always,
felt you needed
always
it
target.
for
No, targets.
self-protection or
No.
anything.
No, I never considered Charles to be violent or a threat before today.
Okay. And when you grabbed him when he was going after
Yeah.
Tylee
Yeah.
and your sister,
Yeah.
you grabbed him around the shoulder, you yank him to the
Yeah.
ground, but you never saw him swing the bat at you at that time.
Correct.
Okay.
When
When you got up,
Yeah.
what happened right after you got up?
Well, we went to the ground and separated, and then I was getting up like this, and just my head bounced.
Okay. So as you were getting
Yeah.
up is when
Why?
you felt the strike to the head. And then,
Wait a minute. I thought no. A minute ago you said you got twirled around, and then you got hit in the back of the head. That was
And also,
yeah.
if he's up and you're down, your head would have been split.
Right, and then he says his forehead hit the. Where's the bump on his forehead? There's nothing on there either.
There's nothing there.
Oh man, that's a totally change in the story though. He said they were standing up, he got twirled around and hit in the back of the head. Now he's on the ground and oh man, what a load of shit.
You got up. What did you do? Did you go?
I just went straight to the room.
Okay.
Because I said, hey, this needs to calm down.
Okay.
Right, with a gun.
I was hoping would happen.
So when you got back with the gun, you were assuming that he was gonna.
I thought he would back down at that point.
Okay. And he didn't.
He did not.
Okay. Anything else you could think of that I need to know that we haven't talked about?
Why is that story different than earlier when he got twirled around?
You don't need any medical attention for your head?
I'd like to get that cut cleaned up.
Okay. I think we're almost done, so if
Sure.
we're almost done, I'll...
That's how he called it a cut. You know, see, that's the thing is, that's what it is, right? Wouldn't you? I wonder. I think you would refer to it to something differently if he just got smashed in the head, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you? I mean, the word "cut" just sort of seems like you forgot that. Oh, wait, there was something else that happened.
I mean, and they're not questioning him to, well, how hard, did he kind of graze you? What happened? Think about getting hit in your head with a bat. A lot of the time, you might pass out.
Mm-hmm.
How hard were you hit that you felt threatened enough to get a gun and shoot this man dead? Yeah, it's like this. He hit you like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you were on the ground and he was behind you and he hit you so hard that your front of your head then hit the ground itself, you would be probably not awake to be able to go get a gun, right?
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
We'll probably get you and Lori and Tylee back to the house. You won't be able to go in.
Yeah.
Because we're working as a scene.
Absolutely.
How did the injury on your arm happen?
I'm guessing somewhere in the tussle.
Okay. Were there any strikes thrown besides you getting hit in the back of the head?
No, just me shoving him.
Okay. And that was initial in the bedroom.
That was exactly.
Okay.
That's when I got him.
See, he filled in his answer for him.
And then the only other time we got physical.
Yeah, like right there, he said when you shoved him, he could have said something because he's making this shit up and said something totally different.
This is not an interrogation either, right, Gray? This is just an interview.
Yeah, it's an interview.
He wasn't read Miranda rights or anything.
Right. So what's crazy here is
that's what I want to be positive.
He didn't have to fill in. He just filled in that little bit there where he goes, oh yeah, right, yeah. He was almost going to say something else. It was weird because, let me just see something for a second. Just slightly back here.
Initial in the bedroom.
That was exactly.
Okay.
That's when I got involved.
Oh,
okay.
man, that was funny.
And then the only other time we got
right there we go.
How did the injury on your arm happen?
I'm guessing somewhere in the tussle.
Okay. Were there any strikes thrown besides you getting hit in the back of the head?
No, just me shoving him.
Okay. And that was initial in the bedroom.
That was exactly.
Okay.
That's when I got involved.
Okay. And then the only other time we got physical with anybody is when he was going after Lori and Tylee, and you grabbed him around the neck.
Correct.
Dragged him back, and you both fell to the ground.
That's correct.
Okay.
And then he still the bat in his hand.
Wait. Pause.
No, we're just running a criminal history to make sure that you're not.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So he had the bat in his hand.
The other time was when he was going after Tylee and Lori, and you grabbed him around the neck and you went to the ground. Well, when you went to the ground, he ended up standing up and hitting you in the back of the head with the bat. And then all of a sudden, Lori and Tylee vanish because they're not there when you shoot him.
Yeah.
So that's bullshit.
I want to hear Lori. This will be cool to hear what Lori's version and then Tylee. So
absolutely.
I think Tylee will be next, right? And then we'll do Lori.
Yeah, Tylee next, and then.
But I'm pretty certain now that
I
Lori.
should have taken notes.
I'm pretty well. It's short though, so it's only 38 minutes long. But it actually.
Watch it back.
Yeah, but the Tylee interview. I think it's certain right now that Lori is being interviewed at the same time. He gets called out to add more information in there because there was a lot of stuff in there that he got when he came back.
Not a prohibited possessor, so there's no felony convictions. No.
Correct. There was a confessed felony aggravated assault
Okay.
in Austin, Texas in 2007. I think.
Have your rights been restored, or are you
Oh,
legally
yeah.
able to?
Yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so
yeah,
your
yeah.
rights are restored. You're
All done.
able to possess a
I was
firearm.
never convicted.
Oh, okay.
Pled guilty, but they had deferred adjudication in Texas, so I completed probation, and then
Gotcha.
that was that.
Okay, so it was an open-ended thing, so it's
Yes.
a misdemeanor now.
Well, whatever. It's just on there as a whatever. I don't know what the technical record is.
Okay.
I know I went to court, and she said all your rights are restored, and gave me the paper, and I'll find it
Gotcha.
after 4 years.
All right, hang tight. I'm gonna go see if they're done with Lori. We'll get you guys all together so we can get you out of here. And just make sure that the people that are monitoring don't have any other questions that I need to ask.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. I appreciate your patience, man.
No problem.
You're patient. Yeah, thanks. So Lori was being interviewed at the same time.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I think he was in love with Lori too. I really do think that. And after reading more about their parents and their family, I am convinced.
Go by Alex.
Yeah, Alex.
Alex. All right, we're just gonna walk over and we'll go where your sister is.
Sure.
Also, sister's
that.
there. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. She was being
is that what you're
interviewed.
wearing when all
Yeah,
this went
yeah.
down? Okay.
Yeah.
Just make sure.
I think it's how you do it because you want to make sure that see if the stories line up and then have extra information to bring over to the other one. And I'm sure he went out and said what he said, and then it got brought in to the questioning of Lori on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the next
Which
one
was so casual.
Oh, man.
It was so casual. The one with Lori, it looked like friends getting together for coffee.
I was actually I picture it sort of being like a an Avalon meeting. I don't know, like a.
It was so.
They were going to talk about makeup.
When I went to first look for it, I kept passing that video by. She looked totally like one of the frames, that it shows when you're scrolling YouTube. It's just her and she's smiling and so happy. And I'm like, oh, it couldn't be that.
Yeah.
So I keep going and they all look like that. It's the same outfit. And I'm thinking, wow, wait, that's her interrogation?
Yeah.
And then I realized it's just an interview.
And she has a lot of giggling going on. And
Yeah.
it's really.
And it's so slow. It's so casual.
It's strange to me that didn't mean more to them. Like, look at her behavior, giggling and laughing and just so.
She was in the best mood.
Are you still
Yeah.
5'6", 120? Yeah. What, Tylee? What? Because they're going to ask you too, and that's what it was about. That's the thing.
Of course.
About the weight.
So disgusting.
Yeah. Unbelievable. So, anyways, I think
horrible.
that's it.
It is it. That is it for today. And then we're gonna do Tylee. I don't know what day we're gonna do that. What is today? Wednesday?
I mean, the thing is, they're easier to do. Like we could sneak one in if you have time. Like
Friday.
On Friday, and then maybe we could do one the other one on Sunday, maybe.
Yeah, that'll work. I think.
Yeah.
Friday, Sunday.
And then we can start getting into it's really cool when they give out the probable cause documents where you go through step by step the timeline of every single thing. You got the East Idaho News surveillance of the storage units. I mean, it's freaking.
Ooh-wee.
Oh yeah, the Jeep.
I can't wait for them to throw the book at these two.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
It's crazy. It's a crazy one.
If anybody deserves it, it is these guys. It's just terrible. So.
All right. Are you going to stay on just for a minute after this?
Oh my god, dude!
Every time, the last time you just went like this, you went.
I left.
Oh, I like having like a post-show wrap-up just for like a minute. I come over there and she's just gone, just like she does, man. I'm telling you. You walk down a hallway with her. You could be in the middle of a sentence, and then you turn and go, and the other part, and you look around, and it's like, where the hell is she?
I went to Walmart.
You just have to, yeah.
And I did the same thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Do you feel like Gray Hughes?"
Well, he already felt like me because when one time when you went somewhere, the phone rang and it was Scott, so I was like, "Hey," and then I told him, I said, "Wow, man, she just disappears," and he goes, "Man,
that's what I do.
You have no idea," or something like that. It was. He said he felt bad, sorry for me. Or something.
Yep. I just go. I'm like, I don't know, shiny things. I gotta go.
Yeah. So
When
anyway,
I'm done, Gray, you know? So the show's done, I gotta go. Like, what are we chatting about, friend?
who knows? Maybe, we'll
Nothing.
talk
We're
about
chatting
next one or something like that.
No, we're not.
Yeah. See how mean she is, everybody?
Allegedly. Yeah, it's what women do. They're like, we gotta go now.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, thank you very much to Bama Forever. If you guys hit that subscribe button, don't forget the like button. And by the way, leave a comment after the show and what you thought about that interrogation.
And the more comments you guys leave, we read them all. It helps us get into the algorithm.
That's
so
right.
please do that. We would very much appreciate it.
Yes, and consider becoming joining the channel as a member. That would be great. All right, everybody. That's it. So, as I always say, until next time, be safe out there, and
we love you so much.
There you go. Yes, we do. Here we
Even
go.
though I'm not going to stay on here with you, I do love you, Gray.
Oh, come on. You've got...
No, I'm not.
All right, see you later. Bye.
Bye.
She is mean. I gotta tell you. You guys call me mean? Forget it.
Don't talk during the interrogation or the exit. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.